So as you can see, I took the vinyl off and now it's time to give the base and the legs a lick of paint. I'm choosing a white gloss paint as I like its shiny effect. The only negative though, it dries a bit slower. So the table had its first coat of paint now, and the gloss paint is touch dry in about 6 hours, but you can't put a second coat on until at least 12 hours later. So I might leave this to dry overnight and give it another coat tomorrow morning. So let the first coat of paint dry overnight, and now before I'm gonna apply the second coat, I'm quickly gonna attach the caster wheels underneath the table legs. I want the table to be a teeny bit higher, and caster wheels are a very easy way of achieving this. It also makes the table very easy to move around afterwards. I'm also gonna show you how to change the top of the table, and this is gonna make the biggest effect of the makeover. And then after we've done all of that, second coat of paint, wait for another 12 hours and the table is ready to use. Caster wheels can be bought in any DIY shop. I ordered mine online, and make sure the plate of your wheel is sort of the same size as your table leg. Mine's are 5 centimeters, so just align this straight and screw it in with little screws. So now all the wheels are on the table, comes the fun part. We're gonna make over the tabletop, and I'm using a self-adhesive film for this. It's like a vinyl film with a sticky back, and you're just gonna put it on top of here, we smooth it out, and all of a sudden you have a marble tabletop. I love working with this stuff, and I'm going to show you today how easy it is. To see how much pull we need, we're first going to measure the width of the table. Then we're going to add to this the sides of the table plus 5 centimeters extra. The back of the film has a nice grid, so it's very easy to cut straight lines. I need 76 centimeters, which is here, with exactly this red line. So I'm going to cut the length of my table to the correct width. Put the film on top of the table and make sure you have the same amount of overhang on either side. For me that's 8 centimeters. Corners are always the trickiest to do. What we're going to do, you're going to have the corner of your fold, and you're going to see where the corner of your table is, and we're going to cut this in. Do the same on the other side. And we're going to peel away a little bit of the backing of your fold. Make sure your corners still line up. We're going to stick this to the edge of your table. Make sure it's nice and smooth. And then we're going to fold it underneath. Same again, make sure it's nice and smooth. And stick one part of the cut corner down. Now pull the backing paper away a little bit more and smooth down the first 5 centimeters of your fold to the table. I like using a squeegee like you use when you're applying wallpaper, or you can use a credit card or anything flat and smooth to press the air bubbles out. Also make sure the corner edge is nice and neat. Pull the backing away from the leftover corner piece and push the vinyl down and make sure it adheres correctly. And the point is going to go underneath your tabletop. And then smooth the rest of the corner down, sort of like you're wrapping a present. This goes in, and the last layer is going to go over the top. And smooth it all down. Now these 2 corners are done. We're going to have it easy until we hit the other corners. You slowly pull the backing paper away, and you use your squeegee to smooth down your vinyl on the table. Work with little sections at a time, as you don't want air bubbles going underneath the vinyl. When you hit the other end, we're going to do the same thing. So you're going to cut from the corner of your vinyl to the corner of the table. Then you're going to pull the last bit of backing off and really smooth this down to the table so you get a nice straight line. Once the end piece is in place, you can start smoothing the sides down. So use your squeegee to get really nice straight lines, sharp corners on the tabletop, and push the leftover vinyl underneath. If you find it tricky making it stick underneath your table, you can always give it a little hand by putting a tag underneath to make sure the vinyl stays in place. When the side is in place, stick on the corner the same way as you did on the other side. And then we're going to paint the table legs for a second coat of gloss paint. Wait roughly 12 hours for that to dry and your table is ready to use. The second coat of paint is dried and look at the end result. I love my new marble table. It's gonna look great in the studio. As you can see, the rest of my studio is still a bit of a mess. I'm still in redecorating process, but hopefully by next week I can show you how the table is looking in its right place. If you have a little peek over my shoulder, you can see the studio is finally making a little bit of progress in actually getting finished. Hopefully by next week I can show you the end result. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. Handmade Home brings you a new craft tutorial every Thursday.